As intelligence becomes ever more artificial, might we discover that biology, too, is mere simulation? No body in the Western world exists outside the context of the Western cultural canon as it has developed over centuries. Nobody is free from the paradigms of beauty that discipline and punish us from the inside out and the outside in. Now, consider phylogenesis, that principle upon which evolution is predicated. The development and diversification of a species or group of organisms, or of a particular feature of an organism. Essentially, those forms that were deemed successful by the terms of their environment were perpetuated and gained prominence across time. Clearly, our ideas about bodies are not originary, but the points I'm attempting to evidence is that neither are bodies themselves. I no longer know what is natural. What is natural? Bodies come from somewhere, perhaps from dust, perhaps from oceans, but as we have discovered from our mad uncovering of evolution, all forms eventually become obsolete. The life forms that can adapt to the prevailing conditions of their environment are deemed more successful, therefore surviving and reproducing themselves and their adaptations. The engine of evolution, after all, is competition. Once, organisms competed in the seas for sustenance, and green, plant-like organisms began producing oxygen. At first, this elemental compound was toxic, but eventually, the few organisms that managed to integrate it into their energy chains thrived over the rest, and passed this trait onward. Some forms in the ocean evolved so their gills required oxygen for respiration. Over billions of years, they took advantage of this mutation to spend time on land, utilizing resources there for energy. Over further millennia, the descendants of these forms developed features which allowed them to remain on land with less competition and more resources. Once there, these forms evolved into kingdoms, which competed. And once an area's resources were depleted by a population, another form with another mutation which advantaged it would thrive over all the others. Our modern realities differ extraordinarily from these strictly biological origins. Yet, the exponential rate at which our lived realities are being changed through technology mirrors this pace. I now ask, in what ways are our forms evolving by meeting the terms of these new environments? Might we be developing new forms of diversity to thrive under new systems of competition? The river was never meant to flow on concrete. My worn shoes do still protect my feet from this suburban tributary, triggered into existence by a spontaneous thunderstorm. This river's path is artificial, yet here it flows. The massive manufactured machines which move bodies miles like missiles across the earth are unbothered by the lightning storm. Ages ago, epochs, centuries perhaps, a body would be hindered substantially by a natural event like this. Now, I capture it on film as hundreds of bodies travel home, encased in the metal. This highway overpass evokes an immense sensation of sameness, not diversity. Our modern bodies are enhanced by transportation technology to such a degree that we can sit behind glass, surrounded by steel, and employ the force of combustion upon oil to move us at speeds the likes of which no mammal could ever achieve. Yet, we use these abilities to commute towards domestication, occupation, and seldom recreation. Now let's examine the effects of technological and cultural evolution on other forms through a different lens. A search for long nails on the hugely popular social media app Instagram results in over 1,200,000 hits, growing by the minute. Because of the massive shifts in modes of production and modes of life that have taken place within our society as a result of new technologies, huge swaths of people are now able to disable their hands, essentially the body part that separates us from animals of lower intelligence, for the purpose of aesthetics. Now that is a testament to how profoundly technology enhances humanity in our daily lives. The lives of some people are organized in such a way that they are so extended by technology that they may in turn disable the dexterity of their hands. These days, I find myself feeling distracted by technology more often than I do extended. But perhaps that I am able to live a life distracted so many hours of the day further evidences the degree to which technology is changing the way a life is lived. So often these days, my body is reduced to a thumb, scrolling and tapping repetitively, as a device displays whatever new entertainment has been devised to consume my attention. Does the rise of this cyborg lifestyle mean the end of the body? The end of the belief in a natural body seems assured, as we grow in our understanding of the myriad ways we contort ourselves to conform to social mores, and thereby thrive in our modern environments. For now, I will keep tapping, keep thinking, and endeavor to spend a bit more time outdoors.